Why do we suffer from suicidal thoughts? I'm jessxgoh, trauma coach in childhood, emotional, and relationship abuse. So here's the thing, okay? Suicidal thoughts isn't developed overnight just like that. It's something that has been accumulation of negative thoughts that we have about ourselves due to childhood trauma. So suicidal thoughts is basically the impacts of childhood trauma that we're struggling to deal with. So you might be someone who suffered from sexual abuse, bullying, emotional abuse, domestic violence, and you've witnessed, experienced, and felt the abuse and the violence at a very young age, and you weren't able to have healed it at that age. And so what happens is these past experience starts to build and build and build, and starts to cloud our thoughts, our perception to see things clearly. And then we start attracting other instances of abuse with other people because we're not able to heal and overcome this trauma that you suffered. And so the thing is that I totally know what it's like to suffer from suicidal thoughts. It may not have been intense as other people, but at the age of 16, when I was in my dad's office, we were selling hardware tools, and I saw an axe. And when I saw an axe, I thought to myself, I would just want to end my life now by, getting that axe and chop my head off. And there's a part of me that was scared because, what if things went wrong? What if it's going to be super painful and, I'm going to live with this pain for the rest of my life? And there was times where I thought, what if I fell off the building? What if I didn't die if I had tried falling off a building? And so these were the impacts of childhood trauma because I suffered from domestic violence, sexual abuse and bullying, and humiliation by both of my parents and my uncle. And so much criticism from my aunties about my body weight as well. And so it took me a long time to figure out why was it that I was so negative? Why was it that I hated myself so much? And it was not until I did trauma recovery, I was able to discover, wow, this old program of self-hatred and torture and masochism is what has been ingrained in me at such a young age because it has been ingrained in both of my parents. So I've worked with clients who do suffer from suicidal thoughts, particularly male clients. And there was this one who was depressed, and while we were working together, all of a sudden the suicidal thought starts to pop up. And I said, let's book the session as soon as we can. And so we did. And what happened was that he had the suicidal thoughts because he was holding on to so much pain, because underneath that pain there was a lot of shame that he was holding on to towards himself. And what shame does, it blocks the capacity to love oneself. So he was holding on to a lot of shame around an incident that he had with a friend that he shouldn't have done. And he knew he did the wrong thing. And so he's beating himself up for it. And there's this self-hatred going on in the background. And so I created a safe and sacred space for him to share with me what happened. And he never shared this experience with anyone in his life. And as soon as he shared that, and I was there for him with no judgment, just compassion and acceptance, he was able to lift this heavy weight off his shoulders and his chest, and he felt free. And he never felt that way in his life. And so here's the thing, it's really important that you educate yourself about the impacts of childhood trauma and what would it take for you to get to the other side. And if this resonates with you, or if you know anyone who is struggling with this right now, I have a free webinar coming up called Recover from Childhood Trauma. Simply click on the link below to register, and if you can't attend it live, you're welcome to watch the replay. And also, what I do offer as well is a free 30-minute clarity call. So if you feel called to do whatever it takes, you're willing to devote time, energy, and money for you to get to the other side, fall out of panic attacks, lower your anxiety levels, drug-free, and you've tried clinical therapy and self-development and it still hasn't got you where you would need to be, book in the call now. This free consultation that's conducted by Zoom is to see if trauma recovery is right for you. And if you found that you've got something out of this video blog, I would love for you to subscribe on the bottom somewhere on this video so you can stay updated with my latest content. And if you feel like you've learned something new in this video blog or something that has reminded you about this and this, I would love for you to share just one insight that you've gained from this video just in the comments below, because this allows me to see, if I am serving you the best way that I can, and it also allows me to celebrate you and your insights and your expansion in awareness. So thank you so much for watching this, and I truly hope this serves you from the bottom of my heart.